Discipline is of vital importance in the process of transformation. It really requires a sustained mental application in the direction of your desired creation. You want to go from point A to point B. You recognize who you are now, your thoughts, your feelings, and your emotions, your patterns of behavior, and you decide you want to transform into a higher version of yourself. You have an ideal vision that you want to bring to life. And the commitment, the conviction in saying yes to the transformation is a huge part of it. It opens the doors, it opens the potential, the space to begin creating a new version of ourselves. And so this is a huge first step in the process of transformation. But then what's required is this sustained mental application, discipline, the fortitude, the willingness, the commitment to go through with the process. And this is why I espouse meditation so much. It's been integral to me in the process of behavior change or transformation. Because as soon as you decide you want to change, all of the things that you are now will hold you back to keep you in the safety, the predictability, the familiarity, the comfort zone, because we've repeated these patterns for so long. The thought pathways we have embedded, the reactivity, the avoidance, the negative behaviors that we repeat and habituate over and over again, they become our identity, our personality. This entity wants to hold on. And as soon as you then begin to decide to change, you want to think in a new way, you want to behave in a new way, it's going to take the willingness and the effort, the sustained mental application in the direction of your desired creation. And meditation does exactly this. It teaches us discipline. We forget as we get older, as adults, we think discipline is for boarding school children or Navy SEALs, that we have to force some type of like hardcore discipline. But it's required for all of us, especially as we get older, because we fall into these patterns. We become a slave to our programming, our conditioning, our urges. I think when there's a sense of boredom, and the immediate tendency is to want to get rid of it. So we have some stimulation, some distraction. There's a sense of loneliness. We then put ourselves in situations with people we don't necessarily want to be in to take away that emptiness. Or thoughts arise, and we don't have the discipline to allow them to pass, the thoughts that we've always engaged in that keep us trapped in these loops. And meditation is this discipline to begin observing these thoughts, interrupting them, so we're not engaging in them, and beginning to plant seeds and engage in thoughts that align with the future vision. And the same with the taming of the body in meditation. We learn how to resist urges, the immediate reactivity to get rid of like tension in the body or tightness from when we're sitting still. And as we learn to do this, we really discipline ourselves. We reclaim some authority, some control over our existence. If we want to start repeating patterns of thought and behavior that align with our future ideal outcome, it requires this relentless mental effort, mental application to really use the power of our mind to take us to this transformed version of ourselves. But the thing is, it already exists. What you want is also wanting you. It just requires us to step in to this version of ourselves, and this requires discipline. And for me, what I recognized in the process, for me, this was about character and personality, my behavior traits, which are really, really, when I saw them in the cold light of day, were really destructive. There was really negative patterns of behavior. I would lie and cheat on my partners. Didn't have the effort to behave properly at work, cut corners. I stole from shops for a period of time. My lunch for probably about 8 months from Marks and Spencer in the UK. I would sneak out. I laugh now because it's very, very embarrassing to say. Um, But these patterns are deeply ingrained. And so when we're not switched on, when we're not engaged, when we're not fully present, this operating system that we've repeated over and over again, that's deeply embedded, takes over. And this is why discipline on the path is it's required, so we can follow through with this vision, and so we can stay steadfast on the path, the relentless taming of the thoughts, the ones that pull us back into the old version of ourselves. They will come up so strong. The behaviors that I engaged in for so long, as soon as I wanted to change, they come up so strong. But as soon as we start practicing, especially through meditation, the discipline to engage with one point of focus, let's say our breathing or our sensations of contact, then over time, this discipline permeates into our daily life. So we can use this discipline when it comes to making better decisions in our day to day that align with the future vision, to enact behaviors day to day in the moment that align with the outcome that we want to bring to life, to blossom. And so discipline, it's not a bad word. It's required, it's asked of us, it's demanded of us in the process of change. And what came to me as well when I was reflecting on this is the word discipline and the word disciple. They're very, very, very similar. The disciple, a follower of Christ. And so perhaps discipline, and I full-heartedly believe, and in my experience, Christ is what lives through us. Once we let go of the limiting self-beliefs, the patterns of conditioning, the programming, all of our worldly attachments and desires, as soon as they settle and we surrender, this Christ, this essence, the I am, can live through us. So perhaps discipline is following this I am relentlessly, mental application in the direction of your desired creation, discipline on the process of transformation. If you're keen to discuss how meditation, I was going to say medicine, it's the same thing, how meditation can support your transformation, do be in touch. Let's talk. I'd love to share with you how meditation support my transformation journey and instilling the discipline to remain steadfast on the process of transformation with love.